Cairo, on the Cairo virtual machine, what we are proving is not actually the execution of your program. It's the execution of the Cairo virtual machine, which happen to be executing your program. Okay? So we can execute all the program in the world in one single circuit, which is really optimized because we only have one circuit, which is the Cairo virtual machine, instead of like 100 and 100 of different circuits. We can optimize it like really heavily. So we end up having like this general purpose circuit, but which end up being more performant than the tailored snark circuit that other people use, because it's worth it for us to do like really heavy optimization on this single circuit, because our area is way reduced. We have one circuit instead of 100 of those, so we can take care of it in a way more powerful and efficient way. So basically, that's the magic of Cairo. So we have this Cairo virtual machine. The problem is that if some of you already wrote assembly, you know, like x86 assembly and these kind of things, like it's really suck to write this thing. So what we ended up creating is a different language, programming language, that can compile to the assembly, which is then executed by the Cairo virtual machine. So what you will be using when you will be using the Cairo language, as you can see it today, like which look a little bit like Rust with straight structure, all this kind of stuff. Well, it will be actually be compiled to Cairo assembly instruction that will then be executed by the virtual machine, and then we will generate a proof of the execution of this virtual machine. Okay, that was a lot. Is there question, remarks on this? Was it clear? Did you understood it well?
Questions?
Segue bonde.
I think everybody's enjoying the lesson.
Yeah.
Processing, yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Please go ahead. We're processing, but we're good. You can.
Okay. Okay, cool. So we have this programming language, which is Cairo, and on top of this, we created like a sort of like subset, which is Starknet. Like when you are coding smart contract in Starknet, you are importing like specific function, which are Cairo function, and that will be helping you to create like not only regular Cairo program or Cairo libraries, but actual smart contract. But everything which is like Cairo, you can import it in your smart contract. Okay. Let me tell you about another cool stuff now with the Cairo virtual machine and Starknet. So the name of the concept is non-deterministic programming. Okay. The big idea is that if I ask you to give me the square root of a number, you have two ways to do it. You can either like iterate every number, or do some kind of binary search in order to find the exact number that when you multiply it by itself will equal to the original number. Okay, that's the basic algorithm on how you find the square root of a number. Okay. Yep. So this is really slow and inefficient. And if you had to prove the algorithm doing this, it will be like thousands and thousands and thousands of steps you have to prove. It's kind of expensive to prove stuff. So you want to minimize the amount of data of computation you are proving. But thanks to the way the Cairo virtual machine is built, there is another way to do this. And this way is called hint. And the idea is that instead of computing the square root, let's say we magically find it So we magically find what is the answer. And then I can write some constraints on at the Cairo level that make sure that the number that was given to me magically, when I put it, when I square it, when I multiply it by itself, will be equal to the original number that was given to me, and we were searching the square root of it. And in terms of proof, this has the same value. Both are valid proof that the number we found is indeed the square root of the original number. But yeah.
But
Question.
Is this number a random number, the magical one?
So now the question is, how do we find this number? What we do is that the Cairo virtual machine will kind of stop its execution and then call some regular native execution on the computer you are running the virtual machine on. So, and it can execute any language, any programming language. It's what we call hints, and it can be Rust, it can be Python. And here you will have code written, let's say, in Python that will compute the square root of the number way more efficiently, super fast, and in a non-provable way. And then it will inject this outcome into the Cairo virtual machine again. And as long as we check that the number that was given by the hint, when I multiply it by itself, is equal to the number I was searching the square root of, well, in terms of proof, it has the exact same value. I proved that I know this number, and I have found this number. And it doesn't matter if I run the whole algorithm in Python in a provable way, or if this number was magically given to me. Okay? And because in terms of proof, it has the exact same value, we can use this property to optimize the shit out of like lot of stuff. Lot of cryptographic, really heavy cryptographic stuff, we can put it as hint. We can, that's also the way we are feeding the storage value into your smart contract. So because we are a blockchain, we have a state, and we are reading and writing value to the states. This is done through hints, which are giving input to the smart contract program you are writing. So it's not visible by you. For you, using this kind of hint will be just calling to some core lib function, but it happened to be that those core lib functions are actually calling Rust or Python or anything. It has to be some whitelisted hint, because we don't want to give any smart contract the ability to execute any code on the blockchain server. That will be really, really dangerous. It will be like huge vulnerability, but we can whitelist some specific hints given some specific implementation in Rust, and they will be, the prover will be executing those, and everything will be way, way faster.
Like the idea. I
Sorry?
like it.
Yeah.
That's so that means, for example, if I wanted to add the privacy in my application, I can run a ZK protocol different from Stark's in Rust and prove my identity without revealing anything more. And
so I don't think we are going to do this way, because it would mean we are whitelisting a hint with your specific ZK circuit. So we are not going to do it this way. What we are currently implementing in Starknet is the ability to verify for really cheap, to verify ZK snark. So the idea is that you can run snark, your snark circuit, which has this privacy property. You can write it on your own computer, on your own server, on your whatever you want, and then you can prove it and push the proof of this onto Starknet, and you write a specific verifier to verify your specific circuit. But because we are in the process of adding the cryptographic primitives that are required to verify snark. So it's a specific elliptic curve, it's heavy optimization of some sheets, and it needs some hints. So we are using hints to optimize this, and it's something that will be released. I'm not sure if this the next version of Starknet or the one after, but it will be during this summer. We will be able to verify snark on Stark, and thanks to this, you will be able to create privacy application. We have a group of developers. They are in Argentina. I met them in Buenos Aires. They received a grant from the foundation to build Google Auth authentication. So they are using OAuth 2 protocol, and the idea is that you will create a proof locally that you are owning the specific token, and then you will push this on chain. It will be verified, and we will have like the proof that you are connected to this Google account or to this GitHub account or to this, I don't know, Instagram account, thanks to OAuth protocol and ZK Snark being verified on ZK Snark. And abstraction, you will be able to send transaction using your Google account.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Next time you do with the Brazilian developers instead of Argentina. Maybe.
There is a silent fight with the Argentinians.
Not so silent.
Not so silent. Brazil and Argentina are always competing.
Okay, that's good.
We are
It's
friends.
just a joke, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you will be able to do better, but you will have to find another ID. This one is already being worked on. But we have a bunch of ideas. So I don't know what you are looking for right now. Do you all want to build on Starknet? Are you looking for projects to build? Should it be like only for discovery and learning, or are you in the process of building companies? What's kind of interest you have? I remember when I was in Buenos Aires, people were really about stable coins, these kind of things. What's your area of interest right now in Brazil?
Que áreas são de interesse aqui, pessoal? Tem que compartilhar.
Queres hablar um pouquinho de coffee blocks? Um pouquinho de
Bom, sorry, Portuguese. So we are interested, I'm personally interested in real world assets and connecting things that happen in the real world with people, with users, and with the blockchain. And we have a project in Costa Rica, but married with a Brazilian. So that's why I'm here. And we have a project on coffee that we connect the coffee producer with the end user, and we're building a marketplace on Starknet for that. And hopefully in the future we'll have some form of, I don't know, on-chain world in which people could interact, and because they have this coffee token or NFT after buying their delicious coffee from Costa Rica, they could do some things on the on-chain world. So those kind. Fantastic. Next time we will send you some Costa Rican coffee.
Yes.
Anyone else wants to share?
Yeah. And in this Hacker House, we want to do hacking an idea that was testable in different blockchains, like Solana, for example, Ethereum. That is the connection of several GPUs in a marketplace to provide services for those who are trying to make AI inference, for example. Okay, but not only AI inference, but also gene sequencing, robotics, etc. Because we have in Solana 2 or 3 projects, and so I thought, okay, maybe we can do this in Starknet. So we're trying this hacker house to make a proof of concept to try to develop it, improve it in Brussels, if we are eligible, of course. That's the idea.
Okay, nice. There have been some initiative on machine learning and Starknet. You probably heard about Giza.
I talked with Rafael last year, and good project. I like it. The idea.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe I will.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in the DeFi area too, to kind of make some projects. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So what?
Okay.
Yeah,
Pode ser em português também,
yeah, se alguém quiser em português, a gente traduz.
Fora da igreja.
There's that church project. I'm personally interested also in anything that is collaborative or community building or something with more with people, because I like to deal with people and organize people. So for me, I'm looking for projects that we can work in that direction. But I'm still like, this is like just for me. I'm getting there, I'm exploring. Yeah.
Okay. So I will give you like some insight on where is Starknet as a chain right now, and what we are lacking, what we are looking for. Maybe Henri told you a little bit of this, but I will give it in my very own personal way, and it's my own opinion on a lot of things, but you will see, and maybe it will help you. So basically, the problem we had at Starknet is that for the past year, the blockchain was not working really well. It was super expensive. Block time was really slow. The network was really busy with a lot of people. It was shitty. No, the language was also terrible. It was Cairo 0. You are using Cairo 1, which is like way more nice to use in the feeling. So,
we are suffering, but we have heard that it was worst. Yes.
Yeah, it was not good. Well, it was fun. I personally loved it because you have more control on what you are doing, and you are more like aware that you are doing Cairo and interacting with the Cairo VM. But it's also like really really different from what you are used to. So for the past year, 2 years, the focus at Starkware and Starknet was to make the chain usable. So now we have really good block time. We have good TPS, like we did stress tests. We can accept a lot of activity on the network. And due to Ethereum EIP 4844, the cost of publishing our data on Ethereum is like really cheap. So yeah, that's great. So no transactions are like fraction of a cent to a few cents on Starknet. So yeah, we did it. Yeah. So now we end up with the actual question: is that who need another blockchain?
For what?
For what? Yeah, the blockchain for what? Another blockchain for what? And well, there is no easy answer. So we have our brightest mind at Starkware trying to think about, now that we have this fantastic piece of software, which is like a marvel of technology, what can it be used for in the real world, helping real people, like not being just a showcase of how smart we are. And we have a few ideas. So what I'm trying to tell you is that we are switching the priority and the focus of Starknet and Starkware from shipping good technology to onboarding good business and actual use case on it. That's our huge problem and the big thing we want to do in the next year, in the next few years on Starknet. So that's where our energy will be, and even our development, our engineering team will put itself as a service to help on this specific objective, which is like onboarding good company, interesting project on Starknet. So right now we have people in Starkware trying to think about what should be our strategy, our plan, what type of project of eco we want to put emphasis on, what type of ecosystem we want to become. Is it video game? Is it DeFi? Is it real world asset? Is it machine learning? And yeah, maybe we can do all at the same time. Maybe it's not the best idea. Maybe it will be better if we focus on one specific area and like create all the tooling, because one of the issues with Starknet is that because we are not EVM compatible, we do not benefit from all the protocols that are already built on Ethereum. If you want the protocol to be ported to Starknet, you have to rewrite it. And there is a lot of those protocols that could be really useful to have on Starknet, but right now nobody wrote those. So we could we have this need, and the thing is we cannot like attack it from all the sides. So more likely we are going to define like 2 or 3 business area and try to focus more on those in order to build some ecosystem which is coherent, with grow together, we get like a network effect and everything. So the way I would approach this is thinking about what are the strengths of Starknet, what are the competitive advantages of Starknet that the other EVM chain don't have. So not being EVM, that was the thing. The big thing which is allowed by not being EVM, and that we have since day one, is account abstraction. You are already familiar with account abstraction. It's crazy useful, and it's under leveraged right now on Starknet. As soon as we have stuff like Google authentication in terms of user acquisition, like onboarding of new user, like you can create whole blockchain applications. The user don't even know there is a blockchain. You don't have a private key. You don't have none of this bullshit. You just connect with this Facebook account. Your grandmother with her Facebook account, she can connect and do whatever, send money, use the marketplace. I don't know. And so, in my opinion, this is a huge strength of Starknet, account abstraction. There is some EIP being proposed on Ethereum in order to build account abstraction. They are crazy complex and will be crazy expensive. It's like out of your mind, crazy complex. We have this more. It's really efficient. It's really cool, really versatile. You can use whatever to build your account abstraction. So that's the first huge strength of Starknet. And I think the second one will be being able, starting this summer, to verify ZK Snark for like really cheap, really cheap. It has been like optimized. It will be probably something like few cents, 10 cents, probably, to verify a ZK proof. So if I had to start building a project on Starknet, I will try to find something that can leverage this. So the account abstraction, in order to be like maybe a user-facing application, or at least have an application that puts a huge emphasis on like having a good UX and not being just for crypto native, but like for other things. So real world asset could be a good idea. Patty, you talk about like collaborative stuff. That could be nice also. And the other thing that you can, in my opinion, easily get funding from the foundation is the port of those protocols that exist on Ethereum but are not here on Starknet. One we were talking about is it was something that you validate other people as human beings, they validate you, and once you get enough of those, like you have a score, and it's
like the
kind of...
Gitcoin passport?
Sorry? not Git
Like
world.
the passport?
Kind of solving the same type of issue, but not exactly, not in the same way. I will find it. It was in a conversation we had earlier. And so this kind of protocol that are
Sorry, is it something that helps you like bind different, I mean, your expertise or your story, your background, or in different networks, even Web 2 or just Web 3?
sorry, what?
For example, you're validating the thing that you're doing, your reputation in other services, right? Or another platforms or another.
I think it was attestation.
Ah.
Ethereum attestation service. Okay. Yes. I will put it in the chat. Ethereum attestation service. So this is really useful on Ethereum. Different protocol use it, and we don't have it on Starknet. And I think there is a bunch of stuff like this that we don't have on Starknet and that are enabling protocol, enabling tools. And the people behind those protocol are like, yeah, it could be nice if it was on Starknet too, but we are not going to develop it in Cairo ourselves. So I think there is a lot of those protocols. Like if you find a protocol you like a lot on Starknet, on Ethereum, and you would like it to be also on Starknet, it could be a good idea. It could be a good thing. In the same vibe, there is Kleros, which is a protocol about like voting stuff, justice protocol, and it's on Origin chain. It's Ethereum, but we don't have it on Starknet, and it's a huge enabler protocol for other applications, allowing them to like solve dispute with an external third party. So that's how I would try to think about what's useful to build on Starknet right now. So try to leverage the strength of the network and take into account that because we are not EVM compatible, there is a lot of things lacking at the protocol level, not at the Starknet protocol, but additional protocol we can bring into Starknet, and that will nourish and enable the ecosystem, and you can, I think, easily get funding for this.
I have a comment. I was reading a post from Eli Benson in the Starknet community, and he wrote about what we are doing. We focus on end users. Okay, Starknet is for your mom, your dad. Okay,
yeah.
That's the point. The fact that the Starknet is not compatible, it is not EVM compatible, for the end users, it doesn't matter, because what they need is just one thing that is easy to use and deliver solve the problem. Okay, so if we wanted to onboard millions of moms and dads, so we needed to find the types of problems that regular people having their daily lives and what we can do better with Web3. That's why we are focusing in Costa Rica with the coffee industry, because everybody else in the world almost all drink coffee. It's an industry of around $40 billion a year. So we can, and most of them are commercialized in Web2. So we can do this in Web3. But coffee is just one example. We have a restaurant, we have other things that regular people use, and we can do better with the Web3. Okay, so is that something that makes sense?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. For sure, yeah. You are right on the fact, like, my grandmother is not EVM compatible. She doesn't care about having like an EVM. It's not what she cares about.
My grandma is not EVM compatible.
Really easy onboarding. So yeah, I totally agreed with Eli Bensasson on this one. It's good that he was really explicit about this. Real world problem, yeah, for sure. And I think the account abstraction can help you like leverage those kind of things. You also can keep in mind that if needed, you can start with like some smart contract, and in the end being like a layer 2 or an alternative layer 2 or a layer 3 settling on Starknet. So this is also something that will exist here. And yeah, I agree. User-facing application, very personal, but we also have to remember that we are building on blockchain, and like blockchain is like terrible technology for most of stuff. It's only useful for a really like small amount of use case. So maybe don't build a like a video player on chain or something like this. So keep in mind that it's still blockchain. Like a lot of projects I see failing are people trying to say, oh, this company exists in Web 2, let's make it Web 3, when it's not actually needing any decentralization, Web 3 and stuff like this. So keep in mind that it's not that easy to copy paste some stuff to Web 3. You have to have a good reason to use it. So traceability of real world assets is a good reason, because it allows you to have like decentralized database where nobody can tamper with the content and fake this kind of thing. So I see it as a good use case. And if you find other use case where you can justify like, oh, hello, Danilo.
Hello.
For it, it's great.
No, please continue.
Just saying hi.
Just say hi.
Yeah, in Argentina, they were focusing in stablecoin because there are crazy inflation. So their daily struggle is how to retain value for their money, their work. There was also stuff like DeFi, accessing a loan, because really hard to get a loan in Argentina. I don't know what is the situation in Brazil, but yeah, I guess because you live in different country with different problem, different economy, different type of society, you will find other real case application that I would have never thought about it in France. So that's great.
Yeah, perfect. Actually, you mentioned about the DeFi. I was talking with some friends in Costa Rica, other ones in Brazil, because I live in both countries, some time there, here, and we would like to have a DeFi application that people that are not nerds like us can use. Because, for example, the terminology in the DeFi today is not so easy to communicate for people outside of the Web3 world. So one thing we can do is to build a DeFi platform that the communication of the ideas and how to onboard people are much easier and more accessible. So this can would be very helpful for Latin America and maybe also in Africa countries, for example.
And as an idea, for if someone wants to build that, maybe it could be even, maybe you don't need to build the DeFi protocol itself. Maybe just create an interface or something that talks with it and helps people to interact easier for Latin America, for Portuguese and Spanish. That could be a cool project, I guess. I mean, something that my grandma could use to improve her pension, right? That is decreasing.
Anyone else?
I have a question. Will you be at Brussels Hacker House?
No.
Ah.
Oh, Brussels? Yeah, I will be at Brussels. I heard Brazil. Brussels? Yeah, I will be.
In the Hacker House?
I will be the 1 week from 5 to 13 in Brussels with the team. So
Okay.
I don't think I have to be at the Hacker House and I will fulfill like any official role there, but I will be there for sure at some point.
Okay. Many here will be there, hopefully.
Cool.
Hope so. Hope so. Anyone else? Don't be shy. Talk, man. Talk.
Pode ser em português, a gente traduz.
We are really shy. I am Luis, and I'm a student for graduation degree, and I come from Web 2 and years ago, and I stopped to working in industry technology. And because I was doing the intercambio language in Ireland, it's very good experience. And now I come back to Brazil and I started learning about a technology field, because I forgot a lot of things. Then now I still here in Hacker House, because I have the other group, and they send to me they send the link there from Patsy, and I was talking with Patsy, and I really like the idea. And for me, it's like Web3 is new field, but I'm so excited to learn and to share something what I know. I hope. And it's like my goal is like improve and learning something new all the time. It's like, I mean, I like this. And I have a question for you. Is like, I know it's not from this scope, but maybe you can help. For example, do you have some advice for someone like you, new in this field? It's like Web3. And for example, for me, a lot of knowledge is like, it's very new, and I would like to get some advice from you. It's, if you can. Thank you.
So my career advice, like big picture, will be to find a small niche and become really good at it, and then go from there. So basically, what I tell to people is like, don't bother with Ethereum and being good at Solidity, because everybody can write Solidity, and it will be really hard to be like top player, and you will be fighting with a lot of people in order to get an interesting job and not have to build like scam NFT or stuff like this. And so find something like a tech you believe in, and invest into learning in this, into meeting the people that are building it, and well, quite fast you will be like one of the best in the world in this tech. And if this is a great tech and it gets some traction, well, you you have your place. Like you will be part of interesting project, people will want to work with you, and you will be good at what you are doing, which is like a rare skill. So yeah, that's my advice. For me, it was Rust. I started doing Rust like a few years ago, before it was cool, and it got me into blockchain, and it got me into Starknet, and Starknet like grow, and now I'm like, okay, I'm good at Starknet, and hopefully it will be big. And I see it for like people that are getting on board on the Starknet ecosystem, because there is like not that many developers, because we are really open source with a lot of things on OnlyDust. It's really easy to learn technology, and if you are able to get good at it, well, people will realize it, and you will find a job or get fund to build some open source stuff, or your own company if you have like a project you want to build. I have seen this happening to many and many people in the last 2 years I spent on the Starknet ecosystem. So yeah, I believe it's kind of company advice. I have to advocate for my own for my own church. Go learn some Cairo and contribute on OnlyDust, and it should be like great. And if you are like into machine learning and crypto, you will be like the only in the world on the stuff. Or if you are into like finance and crypto, or try to have like different skills, or really good at UI, and you also know Starknet, well, not many people have both, and it will be so all your past knowledge are not just thrown, and they combine with whatever niche ecosystem you end up going to, and it's add more value to your profile.
Oh, thank you, my friend. No, perfectly advised. Thank you. Like, make me excited. And of course, I will keep studying and learning with here a lot of guys is like so brilliant, and I'm so privileged. I'm so lucky. But thank you for your advice. Really, I really
Well,
appreciate. Oh,
We are past.
Can I
Yeah, we are on top of the hour. Don't know if you have a few more minutes for one more question. Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Okay. Nice.
I noticed in the chat that you mentioned the dark pools. So how would you make it? Because right now, as you told, the Starknet protocol doesn't have the ZK snarks or something like
So
so.
you different ways. Maybe so for everyone, a dark pool is like an exchange where you are not aware of the other people orders and they are not aware of yours, but the protocol makes sure to match you if your two orders match. And it's historically it has been huge by institutional investors to trade huge amounts of stock without affecting the price of the asset. Like if you want to trade $2 billion of a specific stock and you go into the NASDAQ, you are going to and you want to sell, you are going to make the price go down as you are selling it, and so you are going to lose money. Or you have to do it in many small portion. And okay, so one solution are dark pool, because the trade is only made public after it happened. So the price, this trade is only added to the market pricing of the value of the asset after the trade already happened. So you could do it maybe with some ZK snark that you run on a specific server and you just push it on Starknet after the trade are done. It could be an app chain doing this. Another solution, maybe you can get rid entirely of the Zcash thing, and you just you just include the transaction that have been executed and not the ones that are just declared. So this could be another idea. I think you cannot do it like this without touching the Starknet protocol. So you would have to do some infrastructure work, not just smart contract, but actually building a slightly different protocol with a slightly different verifier and stuff. Or maybe you can do it using ZK snark. And good thing with it, with this project from a business point of view, is that your clients are like people with a lot of money because they are doing really huge trades. So you can take them a little bit of money, and because they have a lot, well, that's good clients. Better to work with people with money. And in the technical side, I'm not sure. It's more an idea what you need to add if you are. It cannot be in any way fully onto Starknet. You will need some elements happening on a side chain, on a layer 3, on some ZK snark, and maybe you will need a way also for people like to get their money back once they created the trade. Let's say you shut down your company. That's the thing with each time you add a chain, how do you ensure that the people can withdraw their money from this layer they brought their liquidity to? So it's called escape edge. So maybe there is some innovation to be done on this side. I don't have the full picture in mind, but I don't think that's something that is really happening right now in crypto. And maybe there is like some people asking for it. I don't know.
Sure, thank you.
I have a question about Snark in Starknet.
Yeah.
So how far are we from? Because I know that Garaga is being audited. I don't know how far it is, but I also saw that I was talking to Shami. He said that you could prove a growth 16 with 2 transactions. Like you can verify growth 16 with 2 transactions now. But at the same time, what you could do is you could verify the growth 16 off chain and then just generate a Cairo proof for the verifier, and also like, so you verify it off chain, generate a Stark proof, and then verify the Stark proof on chain.
Yeah, you can probably do
But
that.
how-
It's like
doable.
one
Yeah.
more time. I
Yeah.
don't know how efficient it will be. So there will be some arbitrage on this. But if I remember, like verifying the Zcap proof will be cheap, like cheap enough, so you don't have to do this. But you could imagine like doing it off chain, aggregating a bunch of those, and then verifying this once again. So
How expensive is to verify the Stark proof in Starknet today?
verifying the Stark proof in Starknet, I think it's been coded by Herodotus, and the prover, the verifier is here already. The contract exists. I think what was missing the last time I heard about it was the whole messaging core contract stuff that you will need if you want to do an actual layer 3 on top of Starknet. You don't just need to verify, you also need like the whole protocol of messaging and stuff like this, maybe an escape edge, this kind of thing. So this part was missing, but the verifying Stark on Stark is already there.
Okay, nice.
We good?
Yes, very good.
So Patty and Danilo have my contact. They can give it to you if you need it. Please DM me, ask me any question you have. I can put you in touch with people at the foundation, at Starkware. We also have our incentive program, like the Wolf Pack. Really cringe, but yeah, that's that's Wolf. But we are getting money, so we have the right to be cringe, I guess.
It's maximum 8, if I'm not mistaken, right? The old wolf pack.
Maximum.
Eight members for the wolf pack.
No, I don't think so. I think it's open
just-
to. Oh
just-
yeah, maximum. Okay, I get the joke. And Wolfpack thing, it's also open to non-developer contribution, like tweeting, recording videos, doing stuff like this. So it's like more more diversity in the way you can take part in the ecosystem and being awarded and recognized for your contribution to the ecosystem.
Is there a website or something that we could find this information about the Wolfpack?
You can go on Twitter mostly, I think, and there is. Okay, I will find the tweet.
Thank
you.
I can also find and share. Is it okay if I add you to the Telegram? Everything is in Portuguese, but at least you're there.
Obrigado.
Yay!
Pura vida.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Add me to the Telegram. Talk to me in English. You add me and speak to me in English, and it will be fine. I will answer and help you the best I can. I think I found a tweet. I don't know if it's a tweet.
Bonsoir.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Are we good? I see you all in Brussels.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yes.
See you in Brussels then. Thank you so much. Has been a great call.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
Woo!
Best Rust dev in Starknet.
Yeah.